you're to think about life, like in general, do you think it has been fair to you? Are you grateful? Because I feel like somehow very many people are ungrateful.
Yeah, but as regards to me, life has really been unfair.
Yeah.
But to a greater part, life has really been fair.
For a person who has a very good, has a positive mentality, how are you so positive and still ungrateful?
Of course, I'm ungrateful, like anyone else can be, but I don't make that affect my positivity. Though that has happened to me. It happened in 2012. My greatest inspiration.
Yeah.
She was my greatest inspiration. She was my energizer. She was my everything, literally, because, like I told you, I didn't have a strong relation with my dad.
Yeah.
So when my mom passed away, it was a tragic moment. It was an awful moment, because I remember it was a morning, and that very morning, we had to go to school. Like, we were in boarding school. We had to go to school. So my uncle was like, I told my uncle the day before, may you please take me to the hospital, I see my mom. Then my uncle was like, no, we shall go past the hospital as we go to school, then you see her. I told my uncle, please, let me see my mom. My uncle refused. But that is the thing that I regret most in my life, because I didn't see my mom in those moments before she passed on.
Do you still blame your uncle?
I forgave him.
Did he ask for forgiveness?
He didn't, because I don't even think he remembers that. But for me, it will never go out of my heart, because I remember that very night we had even arranged things to go to school. Then that very night in the morning of 28th January 2012, I was going to P6. That's when they passed on the news that my mom had passed. She had been my greatest inspiration in life, because for me, did I tell you I studied in 8 schools in my primary school?
No way.
I went to 8 schools for my primary, but that was because of my mom. I didn't have a bright brain, but she always inspired me. She always like, do you like this school? No, you're not working better in this school. Okay, let's try another school. Like, I tried literally most schools. Then she was like, at the end, she took me to some school. She was like, this is the best school, please. It was my P5. I went there, they gave me an interview. Actually, they wanted to take me back to P3, yet I was going to P5. Can you imagine that? Then my mom was like, no, I believe my boy has brains. But that belief really pushed me. I made good friends. I worked hard. The boy that they wanted to take back to P3, I remember I topped the class in mathematics. I got 100.
No way.
At the end of P5. Yeah, she was my greatest inspiration. She was my greatest. But that was so awful that at the time when I was going to my P6, then she died. And that's when I got that depression. I got the stress. I was so traumatized. I really felt bad. Like, I backslid.
Explain to me how they delivered the news to you.
I remember we were sleeping in the house. My uncle wasn't sleeping with us. Like, we had our home. He had his home. So in the night, it was at around 4 a.m. So we had someone is knocking on the door. I'll be like, what's happening? So we were still young by then. I remember I was 11 years. So they opened the door. My uncle is like, he's crying. That is the worst moment of my life.
What time was it?
It was 4 a.m. in the morning, 28th Jan 2012. It was the worst. I'll never forget that moment. I literally thought I would never live the next day, because she was too close to me that I thought I could not live without her. She was too close to me. So I really felt bad. I really felt my life had ended. But I was motivated somehow.
I'm sorry, brother, man.
Yeah.
Can I give you a hug?
It's fine.
Right.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, at this point, how do you... Okay, you're traumatized, anxiety, depression.
All these things on me.
Everything.
I remember I went back to P6, and these people thought of me as an enthusiastic person, someone who would laugh, someone who would be befriending everyone, but I was stood down. I even sat at the back bench. I was stood down. My emotions were too down in that year. Like, I wasn't feeling myself that very year. That year even my academics went down. But I tried to go back when I went to P7. I tried to pick up. Yeah, it was too bad.
Explain to me how. What was the feeling like? You know how when you get like a heartbreak, there's that chest pain and everything people keep talking about. So, what was the feeling like?
To tell you the truth, to me, I didn't feel she had died. Not until they buried.
You were in disbelief.
I didn't believe she had died. She had died. They buried her. I think I was just no. It was unbelievable to me. I couldn't think she could ever die. I had never lost someone too close to me. So when she died, they even brought her home. I didn't believe she had died. I thought she was even still alive. So not until they buried her, time went on. For me, I still thought she was still there. But that's how God made it.
Man, I'm so sorry about that.
So I passed through a lot at that time.
How old were you again? 12?
I was 11 years. I was
11.
making 12. I was 11 years. Just because, when you're still young, it's very hard to understand such stuff. But due to my being too close to her, I really understood it. I really felt it. And that urge that I did not see her at the time of her death, it really felt too bad to me. I felt the guilt. I was like, what if my mom wanted to see me? What if? So I really felt bad. I felt so bad. Everything that happened to me afterward, I felt it was a blame that my mom had died. I always cursed God. I was like, why did you take my mom?
How can you do this and that? I now get where you're coming from, bro.
Yeah, but
look, you've come this far, man. Look at you, man. You love football, you sport and everything.
I started gaining what my dad did was to bring an extended family home, aunties, so we became many that I could not think so much about it. So I started gaining my brain, like rehabilitating my brain and working on it, and I started putting that at the back.
I think this is child trauma.
Yeah, it was too bad. Just I went through a lot, but every time I looked at my young bro, for him was a bit young.
Yeah.
At least I said, it's better.
How do you handle child trauma? How did you get out of it?
Like I said, it was very hard.
Could you just walk us through the process?
The process of how I walked out of it?
Yes.
First of all, I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible. So every time I thought of that verse, that you will see them again, I was like, yeah, I have to work to my best. I will see them again. And then every time I remembered her inspirations, her words, I was like, I have to work harder. Like I told you, for me, from my P3, I remember P2, P3, they always used to put for me, try P4. Try P4. I wasn't good. But my mom, she had so much belief in me. So every time I knew that, I worked more hard. And
that's the energy our parents are supposed to instill in us.
So I tried to work more hard, and I beat every negativity that was with me about people, putting people in guilt about my mom's death. Like, you didn't even take me there. When you're still young.
Did you do that?
Yes, no. It was too bad for me that I thought everything I could think.
I get you. That was your way of grieving.
Yeah, but I went through it, and every time I saw my young bro, I had to be strong, because I had to be strong for him. If I was weak and he was young and he sees me I'm weak, then what would happen? I still had to be strong to show an example to this young bro.
And the fact that you're talking about it now feels like you've at least, a step, about 10 steps ahead now.
Yeah, I just thank God for my mom, because she really taught me a lot. She taught me morals, and she taught me that discipline-wise, being a disciplined person, if you're disciplined, you will never fail anywhere in life.
How are you able to, man, most people are big-headed till about the age of 18. How are you able to learn these things at the age of 11, 10, 9?
My mom was a teacher.
Oh.
She was a teacher. So, my mom could just look at you, then you know what to do. Without even telling you, she looks at you, know what to do. Yeah, she brought us well. She brought us up well, and we had that obligation to bring our young bro. in the same way we were brought up. And you know, there is a Baganda saying, "Ese piche ulira muliro gusooka."
Yeah.
So when you brought up well at the earliest stage, that will never go out of your head. Yeah. So that's how I was brought up. I was brought up well by my mom. Yeah.
Bro, I'm personally grateful.
Thank you. But I'm over it. At least now I'm just grateful to God for my mom's life. Yeah, I'm grateful.
Can I give you another hug?
It's fine. It's fine. That just makes me more emotional. It's fine.
Okay, so wait, you're emotional? Of course, everyone is emotional. I'm just kidding. Sharing stories to make a difference. The Bolton Show here for you, and I have Mr. Parsons.
Isaac Parsons.
I love that name. I'll call you Mr. Parsons.
Yeah, Parsons. I just want to represent many people. That's my dream.
But we are still on the church idea, right?
We can do it. Me, I'm a Christian.
Because I feel like we can make a huge difference. And people would actually turn up, just to empower their mind.
I think so.
A lot is going on and people are just looking. That's why pastors are famous. I'm not saying one to be as famous as pastors.
That's the most effective thing that should be done in this country. Yeah. Like working on people's mental health. Yeah, that's the best thing that you can ever give to a person. Because most people in this country, 90% are depressed. Most people have stress. Most people go through a lot. What they do is drink to beat that stress, but that is not solving it. Even the following day you find it.
I suppose those are your last words for the viewers.
Thank you so much for viewing, and please support, share, subscribe, and like.
How should they, if one wants to get in touch with you?
Like via what? Email, WhatsApp?
I don't know, like anything. Don't you want people to check out your work, or I don't know?
They can on my WhatsApp number. It's 0703 0703 10 4604. Thank you so much.
My name is Bolton. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I love you all. I'm gonna give everyone a hug on the channel. Bye.